pretty easy to see why the 2015 Lexus RX 350 is one of the best-selling luxury crossover SUVs. It's a very comfortable ride, finely finished interior, long list of available luxury features, and superb reliability are all desirable qualities for a luxury crossover SUV. To decide whether it's the right vehicle for you, however, you might take into account a few other factors. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2015 Lexus RX 350. Now, this is the third generation of one of Lexus's best-selling vehicles here, and it debuted in mid-2009 for the 2010 model year. And it got a pretty big update in 2013, and you got these new LED daytime running lights you got for the 13 model year, as well as the spindle grille, which you will find on all of Lexus's vehicles. It was actually one of the first Lexus vehicles to introduce the spindle grille design. And then you also did get a few more luxury options available to you. Now, as far as styling goes on the vehicle, I think it's a quite handsome looking crossover here. You got these projectors too. Very clean and fresh looking, but overall it's pretty conservative. If you're going for a more athletic look, then you might want to check out the F Sport model. Now here goes the key fob for the vehicle. You have your lock, unlock, your power tailgate button, and then your panic button. Now you do have smart key access on the driver's door and the front passenger door. It is a black exterior color with a full-on black leather interior. Power driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar too. Now, stepping on inside of the RX here, the step-in height is fairly low, and you're greeted with a fairly stylish and high-quality looking cabin design here. Now you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. Comes standard on every RX. Now overall, this cabin design is still fairly good looking, even for being about 6 years old in its design. Now what you just heard was a 3.5 liter V6, a very popular powertrain among Toyota and Lexus. Coming to your transmission, pretty standard stuff here. 6-speed automatic with manual shiftability. Rear view camera. And then the mirrors will tilt down when you put the vehicle into reverse. But what I'm really surprised about is that there's no trajectory or guidance lines here. Now you do have the option of an 8-speed automatic that comes on the F Sport trim of the RX. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights. You also do have your fog lights too, and the hazards. All windows are fully automatic in the RX. And let's go ahead and pop the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. You also do have these pretty conservative looking 18-inch alloy wheels. Halogen projector beam headlights with your halogen fog lights and LED daytime running lights. LED headlights as well as LED fog lights are new options for the 2015 model year. Now under the hood here, we've seen this powertrain many times in Toyota and Lexus. It's a 3.5 liter V6 double overhead cam, producing 270 horses at 6,200 RPM and 248 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPM. With EPA estimates being 18 in the city and 25 on the highway, and at least it runs on regular unleaded fuel. Overall, this powertrain is very reliable, gets the job done, and provides a decent amount of passing power here, but nothing really exhilarating. Now, in other words, it won't set your soul on fire here. All-wheel drive is available with front-wheel drive being standard, and then this is your only powertrain available. Now, competitors of the RX, you have the Mercedes-Benz GLK, Audi Q5, the Acura RDX, as well as the Cadillac SRX. Coming to the rear, you have LED tail lamps, LED third brake light, rear parking sensors, and of course a rear window defroster, and rear reflectors too. Now this particular one costs $47,608. Of course you have your power windows, door locks, power mirrors, and power folding exterior mirrors. Chrome interior door handles, memory seat settings for 3 people, nice soft touch armrest with nice stitching, very buttery soft leather here. And let's go ahead and rev it up. Very nice. Now as far as build quality and materials go inside of the RX here, it's pretty good overall, what you would expect in a Lexus. Nice soft touch materials up here on the dashboard. Everything feels well put together, very solid feeling too. There's a few places that they do cost cut on. Right here, it's a pretty hard touch plastic, but up here, down here on the armrest, it's nice and soft touch with nice stitching, very buttery soft leather. And up here on the dashboard too, and then upper door panel and mid door panel are also very soft touch padded material. But overall build quality and materials are pretty good in the RX. Now coming down here, you have your main controller for your 7-inch display screen, which I'll get more in depth on later in the video. You have a little storage compartment right there as well. Your cup holders, wood grain interior trim, and this is real wood, not fake wood here. Pretty classy feeling inside of here. Heated and cooled seats for the driver and passenger, your differential locking, and your traction control off button. Coming to the center console, nice and soft touch, very buttery soft leather, nice and stitched as well. Decent amount of center console storage, and then down there you will also find a 12-volt power outlet, a USB port, and an auxiliary input. Coming up here, you have your auto dimming rearview mirror with the integrated compass and your garage home link. SOS Safety Connect, your sunroof with your sunroof controls, and then your interior illumination lighting, LEDs. Headliner is also very high quality, nice and plush. Now as far as the steering wheel design goes on the RX, I like it. Very classy looking steering wheel here. You have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, Bluetooth phone controls, voice recognition, and then this controls your little center screen right there. Your information center, which I'll get to in just a second. Come right there. You have a cup holder right there. And then the brightness for your gauges. And you also do have a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Now coming to the main climate control buttons right here, pretty easy to use once you figure it out. Dual zone automatic climate control, your temperatures, and then your fan speeds, front window defroster, rear window defroster, different zones, and then your recycling. And then, like I said, coming to this main controller right here, this controls your 7-inch display screen. And actually the climate control will actually display up there for what fan speed you're on and then what temperature you have too. But overall, this is a pretty easy to use, very simple system. AM, FM, Bluetooth, streaming audio, satellite radio, CD player, and your aux input and your USB are all your media sources. Now when you click on menu right there, that brings up many different screens. You have your climate, then your phone, display, and then your car, gives you your average fuel consumption. And then your phone, if you want to add a phone on there. Then setup, you have your general, voice, vehicle settings. Vehicle customization, Lexus Park Assist. You can control the alert volume, the distance, and if you want the display off. Now down there you also do have a little storage compartment and a 12-volt power outlet too. Now coming to these seats, these are one of the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in a vehicle. Nice buttery, pillowy, soft leather here, very supple. And then the thigh support is also excellent too. And you kind of just melt in these seats. It's really crazy. These seats are so comfortable. And then the headrest is also very nice, pillowy, soft as well. But overall, really love these seats, and the support on them is pretty good too. Great for long road trips. Now as far as visibility goes inside of the RX, it's okay. You have a decent amount of side glass area on the front windows. Outward visibility is okay. However, when you get to rearward visibility, that does become a little bit of a challenge, but at least a rear view camera does come standard on every RX. On the German cars, they make you option for that. Now overall, these gauges are pretty simple looking. Nice, clear, and easy to read font. You have your odometer down there, and then what gear you're in the center screen. And then up on that screen, up at the top, shows you various amounts of vehicle information like your average MPG, your exterior temperature readout, and then your MPG after refueling, current MPG, and if you have your eco mode on or off, and then your cruising range and average speed. Lots of vehicle information there. Now when it comes to getting a very comfy ride quality, you're really not going to be able to do much better than the 2015 RX. The compliant suspension and plentiful sound insulation isolate passengers from the outside world in a silent bubble of luxury. The 3.5-liter V6 is pretty notably quiet, but it's also powerful enough to accelerate this crossover with ease. The softly sprung suspension never feels floaty, and the RX is decently secure and stable when going around corners. Now, for those seeking a more engaging driving experience, I recommend the Audi Q5 or the BMW X3 over the RX. Now, I don't really recommend the RX 350 F Sport as it suffers from a overly firm ride quality and no increase in driving feedback or involvement. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the RX. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Build quality and materials do follow through in the rear. Chrome interior door handles, everything is nice and soft touch. You also do have manual recline for the second row seats. Now sitting back here, it's very roomy, very comfortable too. Just like the front seats, these seats in the rear are also in a nice supple leather. And they're also decently supportive too. Thigh support is really good back here in the rear seats. And leg room and headroom is pretty good overall too. You have dual map pockets, rear air vents, cup holders, and a little storage compartment. This is also stitched in very nice and soft touch. But overall, it's a pretty wonderful experience. Now, if you're looking for a third row of seats in the RX, you can't get that on this SUV here. You have to step up to Lexus's larger SUVs of the GX or the LX. Power tailgate. Cargo capacity is pretty good. You have a cargo net back here and a little cargo cover. First aid kit as well, and these rear seats do fold down to maximize cargo space by pulling that little lever right there. Very simple and easy to do. And you also do have a 12-volt power outlet. Powered passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar. Your glove box compartment, nice and damped, and lined with felt too. Nice and soft touch. Also do like these little storage compartments. that come out like this. Alrighty. So the 2015 Lexus RX 350 is a very appealing choice for a luxury crossover SUV, particularly if you're looking for a smooth ride and very luxurious interior. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.